must be kind. I am kind, but extremely firm. Have you lost something?
In fact, Walt's complicated relationship with author P.L. Travers even inspired a movie of its own, almost 50 years later, Saving Mr. Banks, starring Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson. Walt's quest began in the early 40s when his daughter's enthusiasm for the book Mary Poppins moved him to pursue the rights to make a film of the story of a magical nanny.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
Travers was very protective of Mary and had very strong opinions about how she should be portrayed on screen. But it would take Walt 20 years to finally bring Mary, played by Judy Andrews, in her very first movie role, to theaters. Here she's joined by the inimitable Dick Van Dyke, singing the Academy Award-winning song, Chim Chim Cheree.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. When you're with a sweet, you're in glad company.
Nowhere is there a more happier crew
And then what sings chim chim cheree, chim cheroo. Chim chimney, chim chim cheree, chim cheroo.
Ready for the great movie ride? I'm Robert Osborne, host of Turner Classic Movies, and I'll be your onboard guide in just a few minutes. But while we wait, we want to share with you some Hollywood history involving several of the most classic films ever made. There is perhaps no film genre more American than the Western. It's been a staple of our cinema since 1903, when Edwin S. Porter directed The Great Train Robbery. For over 100 years, the Western has incorporated our collective admiration for the frontier spirit, our idealized vision of rolling landscapes, and the rugged individuals who conquered untamed country. But the genre eventually developed beyond depictions of yodeling cowboys on noble steeds, became a vehicle for more complex character studies that examined the harsh realities of survival in desperate times and lawless territories. James Stewart was no stranger to the Western, appearing in such iconic films as Winchester 73 and The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Perhaps his finest work in that genre was The Naked Spur, which he plays a bounty hunter driven to the edge of insanity as he obsessively pursues his objective. And that's Robert Ryan.
That money, Junior? How much? Says 5,000. Well, you talk like you know it all along.
Why else would a man tear off the bottom of a poster?
I'm taking it back and I'm going to do it alone.
Dangerous, yes, but also charismatic and witty.
Don't get him fired up all the time, dressing on our side is your pretty face. They're men, honey, and you ain't. Remember that. I'm not asking you to marry them. The more they look at you, the less they'll be seeing of me.
As one critic said of The Naked Spur, to regard this as simply a Western is to do it an injustice. It's a rare study of human nature in the raw.
And it's your choice, Ben. A bullet right here on the trail or a rope in Abilene. Choosing the way to die, what's the difference?
It was one of 5 Westerns that Jimmy Stewart made with director Anthony Mann, possibly the most successful actor-director partnership in the genre, with one notable exception. Over the course of 5 decades, John Wayne and John Ford made over 20 pictures together, many of them Westerns, and among those, some of the most celebrated in the genre. Lord Marion Robert Morrison, the Duke, as he was famously known, got his start in movies taking bit parts in various low-budget films. His first starring role came in 1930's The Big Trail. Unfortunately, the film was not a success, and he had to wait another 8 years for his big break when director John Ford tapped him for the role of the Ringo Kid in Stagecoach. Ford's decision was proven justified when the film became a smash hit. Afterwards, Ford was quoted as saying of John Wayne, "He'll be the biggest star ever because he is the perfect everyman." Wayne and Ford would go on to partner on such iconic westerns as Fort Apache, She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, and perhaps their finest collaboration, The Searchers.
From the thrilling pages of life rides a man you must fear and respect.
respect. A man whose unconquerable will and boundless determination carved a lusty, rough, and boisterous slice of history called the Searchers. It's John Wayne as Ethan Edwards.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hollywood. Your journey is about to begin. Once you enter our soundstage, remember to keep your party together. Once on board the vehicle, remember to remain seated at all times. No eating, drinking, smoking, or flash photography, and supervise those children. Thank you, and enjoy the great movie ride.
Here is the story of a man, hard and relentless, tender and passionate, of people who dared to challenge a hostile land. Here is drama of great love and aching loneliness.
Found him. I found Lucy.
What you saw was a buck wearing Lucy's dress. I found Lucy back in the canyon.
What was she? What do you want me to do? Throw you a picture? Spell it out?
Don't ever ask me. As long as you live, don't ever ask me more.
And if you don't hear my first holler, you better read my mind, because I don't aim to raise no two hollers on any subject at hand.
Yes, sir.
Boy, watch that knife.
Go, Martin, please.
Stand aside, Martin.
No, you don't. Ethan, no, you don't.
Stand aside. Looks like you got yourself surrounded.
Yeah, I figure I'm getting myself unsurrounded. Let's go!